Alrighty, so we've got General Juhziz versus Dr Thrax, but I can't build any units. That means we're not building anything from the command center, supply stash, barracks, or arms dealer. Rebel ambushes are allowed, and rocket troops and workers that spawn from buildings, so the supply stash and the tunnel networks, they're allowed too. On with the battle. So Dr Thrax, he was actually one of the harder generals to go up against as demo general. He was actually harder to do it as Prince Kassad as well. So much so that I had to use this video as a reference for the Prince Kassad version of this challenge. Yeah, the main issue was trying to find a good enough defense to fend off his vehicles, because his vehicles, even though the pathing is a bit wonky, they like to go for your command center. And if enough vehicles get through my defense, they'll be able to pick off the command center and then any other nearby buildings, and we don't want that. So right now we've gone straight into arms dealer. Now we want to get the arms dealer online so that we can go for a palace. See, I found that the best way to fend off his vehicles is to get a palace as fast as possible and get some rocket troops inside to help us defend. Now, the thing with palaces is that they're not going to be perfect in terms of defense. See, he's still going to be able to do some damage, especially with the bomb trucks, and that's going to be an issue. And the terrain on this map isn't quite the best. There are some uneven spots, so it does mean that I gotta place my palace carefully here, because if I put it in the wrong spot and the ground is elevated in its range, then it's not going to do as much damage as I would like it to.
I will obey. I will go.
So while I wait on my palace to be ready, I get my 4 rocket troopers and I garrison that building. Now, I did also make a mistake by doing that. I accidentally put the worker in, so I was going to use the worker to repair the building, and yeah, did take a little bit of extra damage when I shouldn't have, but oh well. Doesn't really matter anyway. We're not going to garrison it again because he's got some Toxin rebels on the way, and he's also got the 2 tractors. So that's very bad news for me, because I've just lost my main line of defense just like that. Now, good news is tunnel networks versus tractors and rebels are going to be a good matchup here. Those Toxin rebels don't do a lot of damage. Same thing applies to the Toxin tractors, so I can just easily pick those off one at a time, and I'm happy with the tractors damaging the command center here. I do plan on selling my command center later on, just like I would in any of the other challenges that I do against Dr Thrax, because of the Scud Storm that he's got. See, the Scud Storm that he has is a little bit different to other generals. See, the super weapons, they tend to go on cash value. With Dr Thrax's Scud Storm though, he'll always aim it at your command center, your first command center. Even if that command center no longer exists. So he'll always aim it at that bottom left corner where the resource pile is, in other words. Now, with that bit of information, what I can do is I can sell off any of the buildings in that space when the time comes, and then it means that I just won't use that bit of space to build my buildings. I could just build away from the radius of the Scud Storm, and the Scud Storm won't do a thing to me. And that's how I'm getting around Dr Thrax's Scud Storm. Like, this is like information that I didn't know when I was growing up playing this game. It was only until much later on in my adult life that I figured out that the Scud Storm can't really hurt you. So yeah, kind of goofed there with the worker there. My fault for not paying enough attention to the worker, because the worker decided to try and clear the mine on his own, and the demo trap cleared. The demo trap went off on its own. So yeah, my bad. I should have just used the tunnel to get rid of the demo trap. Anyways, so I made a bit of a I don't know if I should have done this or not, but I sold my command center so then I could generate the cash to build up another palace. See, I do need a palace to defend my right side too. And reason being is that he does attack from that side and he primarily uses bomb trucks to attack. So I want to make sure that this section is well defended, and this is also the section that's got the oil derrick, which I do plan on capturing later on. And I can't capture it just yet because I don't have rank 3. When I get rank 3 I can get rebel ambush and then I can capture those oil derricks. So I do have rank 3 now and I can't use it because I don't have a command center. So that's very bad for me. That's why I'm thinking I probably shouldn't have sold the command center. I probably should have gotten the workers to generate the extra cash to build up the next palace.
Our base is under attack!
What do you want with me? That building cannot fit there.
Oh, spill on aisle 1!
And yeah, this is the end result. We fell off the arms dealer 2 just so that we can get another command center. And also a little bit of a trick that I learned recently. So I knew half the trick, I didn't know the full trick until now. So with a command center scaffold you can also utilize the cash bounty ability. But what I didn't know was that if you cancel out the command center scaffold, you can actually still retain the cash bounty at whatever level it was when you cancelled out. So in my case, my cash bounty is level 2, so if I cancel my scaffold, I'm going to have level 2 cash bounty, even though I don't have command center. So yeah, very useful tip that I learned not that long ago.
Our homes are in peril.
So yeah, had I known about that trick in this battle, I might have cancelled the command center so then I could utilize the 2 grand, maybe building some extra tunnel networks or investing in maybe a stinger site or 2. That might have been ideal, so then we can fend off those bomb trucks while we wait on the palace to get rebuilt. I think that might have been a good move if I'd known that. So yeah, not a good start for the new palace. See, I got my level 2 rebel ambush, and reason why I chose level 2 ambush is because I wanted to have enough rebels to not only capture the oil derricks, but enough to act as dummies. See, you notice that I placed a rebel right in front of the palace. That was just so that rebel could take one of those bomb trucks out of the equation. If I didn't do that, I probably would have lost the palace again, and I would have had to start from scratch. So we got a palace, but we don't have the rocket troops because we lost them the last time it got destroyed. So cash is going to be a little bit on the tight side. We finally got the oil derrick now, which is great. So now I can invest my cash into some tunnel networks to get the rocket troops up. Once we get enough rocket troops to garrison that palace, then we'll be in pretty good standing against the bomb trucks that come from that right side. And yeah, right now my front line is doing, I'd say, pretty well. And yeah, we're very hard up on cash. We're getting rebels to try and get the scraps. And just my luck, the rebel didn't get any cash. He just got himself promoted twice. Which I don't need that, really, because even a Vet 3 rebel is going to go down to a bomb truck, because I'm going to want to use these more like dummies than actual fighting rebels that'll take out the enemies for me.
Yes. I will carry as much as I can.
Our base is under attack!
So you notice how that elevated terrain is sort of messing up my palace at the front line there. See, palace rocket troops have got pretty good range, but the range is kind of short on that section because of the terrain there. And now he's doing some attacks, so I'm getting a little bit of cash, and I do have a worker gathering resources again, so the money isn't as tight, but we do need to work something out here. And Anthrax came into play here. That wasn't nice. I did lose a rebel or two out of that one. And the thing with no units challenges as GLA, workers are very weak. You can get more workers from building all those supply stashes, but if you lose all your workers, you're kind of screwed. Now, I did pause for a little bit here. I think I had to take my dog out. And we're back. Just a recap, we just got hit by the Anthrax bomb. Okay, so the palaces, they're still doing their thing, doing a pretty good job. But he is ramping up some of those attacks. So this is the thing I'm most worried about. Because of that terrain that I mentioned earlier, the bomb trucks are going to have a better chance of getting those hits in on my my palace at the front line. And yeah, we lose that palace, then we are going to be in big trouble.
General, our land is being attacked!
So now we've got some cash to play with. I went for a black market next. I want to hold off on the Scud Storms for now. I do want them, it's just that I need to get my cash situation under control first, and also my defense under control as well, before I commit to it.
Our base is under attack!
Do not hurt me. I do what I am told. I guess I should help out.
Okay, so now we sort of get into some interesting parts of the battle here. So, got a couple of bomb trucks, using a rebel as my dummy here, and I can't capture that arms dealer because of the garrison building. So another dummy rebel there. I want to capture it, but yeah, it's just not working out for me. So we sort of get into some very silly mistakes that I would have made during the battle. I make a lot of mistakes in that bottom right corner. When I was watching this back, I was like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, why would you do this? So I was having those sorts of reactions during this section of the battle, roughly. Good news is we did do some damage to that arms dealer, so I did sort of utilize the bomb truck in my favor there. So the Scud Storm has come, and we did sell off the buildings that were in that bottom left corner. So that's the thing I was mentioning before, is he'll always aim the Scud Storm in that section. So as long as you've got no buildings in that radius of the Scud Storm, you're fine. I did put my rocket troops and worker inside the tunnels just for safety though, because we don't want to lose those.
The suspense, it's killing you.
Cannot we live
have
in
AP
peace?
rockets now.
Prepare to fight.
So with our last rebel, I chose to attack the arms dealer. I can't capture it because that garrison building is going to get in the way. So I thought, okay, well, let's destroy the arms dealer instead. That'll get my rebel promoted maybe, if we actually do destroy it. And we can actually do a little bit more damage when it's turned into a GLA hole. So this is the thing I was mentioning, that the terrain is sort of getting in the way there. I was kind of lucky because the bomb trucks were moving at like the lower part of that section of the terrain, if that makes sense. Now I did hit the rank 5, went for sneak attack, anthrax bomb, and level 3 rebel ambush. Remember, it's demo general, you're going to get the demo rebel ambush, so if you get all of those guys to detonate, you're going to do a lot more damage.
Every moment you delay, you die.
Now my decision to do level 3 demo rebel ambush, thinking about it, I think it might have been a mistake. I think I probably should have gone for level 3 cash bounty. I don't think the extra damage was really necessary. Now with our rebel, he's gotten the promotion. This is where we do stupid stuff, okay? I used the anthrax bomb. Now I was gunning for the bomb trucks, and I was like, okay, yeah, the rebel should be out of range, and it's not. So, because of my stupidity, the arms dealer is going to get rebuilt. So I'm really not happy about that. And yeah, I was like, oh, okay, let's do a sneak attack, and maybe when the dust settles, we'll get some rebels to try and finish off the arms dealer there. But by the time we get back to it, it's already been destroyed. So it's like, yeah. And this is what I was saying. I do stupid moves in this bottom right corner. See, that wasn't as bad. I mean, at least now the arms dealer is completely out of the picture. But he is going to rebuild it. And with Dr. Thrax, when he rebuilds his arms dealer, it's a little bit more off to the left compared to the, compared to the placement that it's in initially. Yep, so now that we have the arms dealer and the barracks back in play, it means I've pretty much got access to all the different buildings in my tech tree. So with the barracks, I can build more tunnels again, and the arms dealer, I want to build another palace. See, the left side, where the other oil derrick is, we never captured it, but I do need to secure the area first, and then I can commit myself to capturing the oil derrick. If I just capture the oil derrick, it means that Thrax will more than likely send units in that direction where I'm unguarded, and that will mean that I'll lose the oil derrick, and depending on how he makes his attack, he might be able to destroy a lot of my stuff.
Do not hurt me.
Yeah, so even fully garrisoned palaces were still taking quite a bit of damage from those bomb trucks there.
I do what I am told.
So I did build the two extra supply stashes just to get the worker count up, so then we have enough workers to spare just in case things go wrong. Yep, so I made a decent move, I just made it too late. So now I'm going to lose a little bit, potentially, but I did do some scaffolding to block him off. And I cancelled my palace because I would rather lose the worker than lose the $2,500. So yeah, the anthrax bomb I did, it was good, but yeah, just too late. No, another thing I probably could have done in that moment that might have saved me was if I placed the sneak attack right in front of the palace scaffold, that could have prevented me from losing the worker and the palace scaffold. But it means I would have to build my dummy scaffolds in a way with the other bits of space. So maybe, maybe not. Who knows? And as for the civilian building, I thought to myself, maybe that might widen my range a little bit going up against the bomb trucks, but doesn't matter. It's not like the bomb trucks really go in that direction anyway, so I am kind of wasting my time there. And with the rocket troops inside, I can't get them to stop firing until the toxin's cleared, so I kind of have shot myself in the foot a little bit. Especially if he doesn't do any attacks with the bomb trucks in that particular moment. So he didn't attack me, thankfully, but I was able to I was able to at least evacuate the RPG troopers without taking any damage. Now I can get my new palace set up another tunnel. That way we get that 5th guy inside the palace. Maximum defense for that section, and then we can finally move on to getting the Scud Storms on the go. Yep, since I'm happy with how defended my base is at the moment, I thought it was a good time to invest some cash into getting some Scud Storms. Now, with the Scud Storms, this is Demo General Scud Storms, so it's going to pack quite a punch compared to other generals. Now, again, back to me doing stupid stuff. I did the Rebel Ambush, didn't outright destroy the arms dealer, and tried to follow it up with a sneak attack, which was within range of the garrison building. So yeah, again, just very silly mistakes that I could have done a lot better with. I was cutting it close with that worker there, but I wanted to get that Scud Storm up, so that's why in the end I decided to risk it with that one. I still have more workers left just in case, but even so, 3 Scud Storms at this stage of the game, even if we do lose all the workers, that's more than enough to beat Dr Thrax. See, what I could do is, for example, with if I was playing with just 3 Scud Storms, I could wait for them all to get to 0. I could then maybe do 1 on the supply stash, another 2 on the command center. That would pick off all the workers, and if he happens to have any other workers remaining, I guess I could also use an anthrax bomb on wherever he places the scaffolds for the rebuild, because he'll want to rebuild the stash and the command center. So I could easily anthrax bomb that, and then that will wipe out any other worker. Plus, you'd also have the Demo Rebel Ambush, plus the sneak attack. So we'd be pretty much covered on using just 3 Scud Storms and no workers to beat him from this point. Because the next round of Scud Storms, you could just use those to pick off any remaining buildings, and then you win.
Yes. Our work is complete.
So with our worker now, we're just building up another supply stash just to get the worker count up, because we did lose that one earlier from the anthrax bomb. And I used my own anthrax bomb, so then I can take a peek at the map, and I noticed that the garrison building has been mostly destroyed, so I can take those out, and it does mean that future sneak attacks and future rebel ambushes will be more likely to do damage, since those guys aren't going to interfere. Now, I built another supply stash to actually get some resources, but again, that's also going to increase the worker count too. And it's not going to last forever because the Scud Storm is always going to hit that bottom left corner anyway, so I will have to sell off the supply stash in 2 minutes, probably. Yeah, so right now we're just, as you can see with the mouse movements, I'm just planning out my attacks with the Scud Storms because they're almost ready to go right now. And yeah, like I said, the Scud Storms with Demo General do pack a punch here, so it means that, for example, if I was to aim my Scud Storm at his Scud Storm, it's going to get destroyed, because Scud Storms with Demo General can destroy other super weapons and command centers. It also depends on if he's got any buildings surrounding said Scud Storm or command center, because they can take a little bit of the damage, so that is also another factor.
General, we have a clogged toxin nozzle. Give me a second to fix it.
Building construction has been completed. What do you want with me? If that is what
We can
you
now
want,
use our Scud
I
Storm.
will obey. You change your mind often.
Our homes are in peril.
While that's being finished up, I got 3 Scud Storms ready to go. So I did one on the command center, then one on the supply stash,
Toxins upon my base.
and I wanted to wait on both of those to do their damage. Like I said, a demo Scud Storm can destroy a command center, but that doesn't mean it always will. So you got other buildings, you've also got a cliff nearby, so those other factors have soaked up some of the damage, meaning I'll need another Scud Storm to take out the command center. Now, I tried doing the rebel ambush, and this time we didn't insta-detonate the rebels. We actually did the smart thing and spawn them in, and we commit to capturing the arms dealer. Again, there's no rocket troops nearby to interfere, and the quad cannons, they're just moving into his base, so I don't need to worry about that. So command center's out of the picture, supply stash is out of the picture, no more workers. We do another Scud Storm, which I should have aimed that one off more to the left. I would have been able to destroy the barracks had I done that. No big deal, it just delays the battle that little bit more. Not that it really matters, because I'm going to do speed ups for the dead spots anyway. So now he's only got a barracks and he's got a palace left. So with that, I could do a few things. I could do sneak attack potentially. Maybe that would be enough to get the barracks out of the way. But he's got rocket troops and a quad cannon, so not sure. Okay, now to finish him off. Remember, he's got one barracks and a palace left. So I went for Scud Storm on the barracks, and I decided to wait. And I noticed that I have other Scud Storms that are almost ready to go. I went for the flashy ending as well, if that's what, like, if you were wondering why we delayed the Scud Storm, why we delayed beating him. So yeah, this is how I beat Dr. Thrax with General Juhziz without building any units. So if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I do have a playlist if you want to check out my other challenges that are going to be a little bit harder than this one. I'm Croclo. I'll see you next time. Bye.
We are victorious.
Perhaps I shouldn't have gotten my degree from Mail Order College.